homework helper for lesson 6. So this is topic 2, lesson 6. And for each of the following problems, we're going to draw a picture using the rectangular fractional model and write the answer. And if we can, we're going to simplify it. Let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. So if you notice, number 1, I only have one square here because it's one whole minus a part of that whole. So let's go ahead and we know that one whole is equal to what? Well, since our unit is 6 here, we know that one whole is equal to 6, 6. So we have 6, 6 minus 5, 6. You shouldn't need to draw this out to solve. You should be able to say 6, 6 minus 5, 6 is 1, 6. But the directions do ask us to draw a picture, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and draw our vertical lines. So we need 5 lines to make 6 parts. Let's put 1 down the middle, then 2 on each of those halves. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. So we should have our 6 pieces or 6 parts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. All right, let's go ahead and shade it in, which is our one whole that we have, and then we're going to subtract our 5, 6. It's minus 1, 6, minus 2, 6, minus 3, 6, minus 4, 6, minus 5, 6. I have 1, 6 remaining. That's how we found our answer. All right, so for B, it's a little bit different here. We have an improper fraction, meaning that it's greater than a whole. So we have 3 halves minus 5 6. So we know that 3 halves is going to be equal to 1 whole plus 1 half. So let's take a look at this. We had our 3 halves. That's 2 halves. That's 4 halves. And we will shade in. This is more like what we did in class. So we know we have 3 halves shaded in. That's 2 halves. 3 halves shaded in now. And what we want to do is take away 5, 6. So I'm going to have to, on this fraction here, I'm going to put my 5, 6 in. And I know I need 5 lines to make 6 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have my 6 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts, and 5 are going to be shaded in. All right, now what do I need to do to make these fractions look equal? So I need to split my 6 into halves and my halves into 6. So to do that, I'm just going to take another line, and in this case, it's going to be a vertical line, and I'm going to split it here. So now each one of my 6 has been split in half. So now I have 12ths. Instead of 5, 6, I have 10 12ths. Now let's do something similar to our first two squares. So I'm going to take my same line and run it through 1, 2. Now I'm splitting each half into 6. That's 3, 4, 5. Not perfect, but we'll take it. And now if you notice, this fraction that was 3 halves is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 twelfths. 18 twelfths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 will make a whole, but I have more than a whole. I have 3 halves. So 3 halves is equivalent to 18 twelfths. And we're going to be subtracting that from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 twelfths. We're subtracting 10 twelfths from it, rather. Remember, this is our menuing and this is our subtrahend. Sub is always below, so think about that. When you have subtraction, you have 5 minus 3 equals 2. You have your menuing, which is your top number, your subtrahend, which is your second number, and your difference, which is your answer. So when we're going from left to right, our menuing, our subtrahend is our second number, and then our difference is going to be what we have here. We know that 18 minus 10 is 8, and we have 8 twelfths. Make sure we are simplifying our answer when it's possible. I know that both of these numbers are divisible by 2, but they're also both divisible by 4. So I can divide them both by 4, and I get 2/3 here. 2/3 will be my final simplified answer. All right, looking at C. Similar to B, I have more than a whole that I'm starting off with. 4/3 is more than a whole. A whole would be 3/3. So let's take a look at that. Let's use our horizontal line tool. I know that to get thirds, I need 2 lines. 1, 2. And since it's more than a whole, I'm going to need more than one hole. So in this case, I have one hole here, and then I have another hole here. So out of those 2 holes, I'm not using everything. I'm just using 3/3, which is my hole. And remember, 3/3 plus 1/3 would be 4/3. So that means I'm going to use one of these thirds here. So that's my 1, 2, 3, 4/3. All right. And now I want to take away 5/7. So let's go ahead and use our horizontal line tool to make sevenths. So I know that I need 6 lines to make 7 parts. So that's going to be 1. Actually, let's change the color here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now that should be sevenths. And we need 5 of them shaded in. So let's shade in the bottom 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get that all in. All right, so we have sevenths. Now we have 5 out of my 7 sevenths shaded in. And we need to say, well, okay, well, I can't subtract when I have different units. I have thirds and I have sevenths. So let's go ahead and multiply 3 times 7 and we get 21. So we know we're going to have 21 units, and that's going to be our common denominator. So we're going to have this is equal to blank 21s minus blank 21s equals blank 21. So now we got to fill in our numerators. Let's go ahead and divide our fraction. Using our vertical line tool, I'm just going to take this and do the easiest my 2 vertical lines first on this. So I know that I'm done there. Now I have to take my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines to give me 7 parts horizontally over here. Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go ahead and add this up. I know that I have one hole is equal to 21. We have 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 by 7. 3 times 7 is 21. So I know that's 21 out of 21. Then I have more than a whole, so it's going to be 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That's going to be 28, 21. So 4/3 is equal to 28 over 21. Now I'm going to subtract 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 by 5 is 15. If you don't trust that multiplication, just go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 28 minus 15, let's say 8 minus 5 is 3, and 2 tens minus 1 10 is 1. So I know it's going to be 13/21. So it's going to be my answer there. 13/21. All right, now we have a whole number, which is 1, and then we have our fraction, which is 1/8. So 1 and 1/8 minus 3/5. There's a couple ways we can do this. The way that we did it in class, I'm going to show you here. So what we did in class was we made our whole the same as our eighths. So we're going to change this whole into 8/8 plus our 1/8 to give us 9/8. And then we're going to subtract 3/5 from that. So we said 8/8. We know that we're going to have eighths on these two. All right, let's go ahead and use our vertical line tool. So if we need eighths, we need 7 lines. So that's 1 in the middle and then 3 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 7 lines. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now out of these eighths, we know that we're going to have our whole 8/8 colored in the first square. That represents our whole. And then in the second square, we're just going to have 1/8 colored in because that represents our extra eighth. On top of our 8/8, we have 1 extra eighth to give us 9/8. And now for the last square, we have 3/5. So we're going to split this into fifths by making 4 lines. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. So now 3 of those fifths are going to be shaded in. Let's go ahead and shade in 3/5. All right, so now we have 3/5 shaded in. And we are saying, well, we can't subtract if we have different units, right? We have eighths here and we have fifths here. So what do we need to do? We need to find a common denominator. The easiest thing to do is to multiply these two together. And we say, well, 8 times 5 is 40. That's going to be a lot of squares to put in, which isn't a big deal. If you don't mind making all of those squares, let's go ahead and just make the squares. Let's get it done. Let's just go ahead and make all of our squares here. So we're going to start with our horizontal lines first. I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 horizontal lines. Let's go ahead and draw those in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now for my vertical lines here, I need 7 vertical lines because remember I'm splitting each fifth into an eighth. So I need 7 lines. So that's going to be 1 in the middle and 3 on each side or each half. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. All right, so now we have each one of these boxes. It should be each one of these 3 squares should be 40 smaller units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 times 5 is 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 40 in each square. So now let's figure out how many we had colored in. Let's erase this pizza here. And we say that 9/8 is equal to 40 40ths plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's equal to 45 40ths. And then we say, well, 3/5 is equal to 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 times 8 is 24 40ths. All right, so once we do that subtraction, we have 45 minus 24, you get 5 minus 4 is 1. 4 tens minus 2 tens is 2 tens. All right, so for D, our answer would be 21 40ths. So let's go ahead and see if you can do the rest on your own. And any questions you have, you can ask me tomorrow. Thank you so much. Keep working hard, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the morning.